Alright guys, this is it. The final episode of my perfect playthrough of Lemmings. The previous time I completed the one-player campaign, now it's time to take on player 2. There are 20 levels in the two-player campaign, though they cycle endlessly. For the sake of this perfect playthrough, I'm only going to primarily work on player 1. I will incorporate player 2 once it becomes clear that I'll be in need of them. Just to speed things up along. And keep in mind, there are a few differences. Number 1, the objective is to get the most lemmings total into your own end goal by the end of the stage. You can screw your opponent over by getting some of their lemmings into your goal, while making it impossible for them to get their lemmings into theirs. But I don't have another player this time. Unfortunately, Mom can't be here today. Shame too, since she really likes this game. Anyways, I'll just speed things along as soon as I get a lemming into the end goal. Alright, I'm gonna have this lemming do the bashing, and will be the one that reaches the exit. And I like to have my two lemmings bash on top of the vertical lines. This will ensure that they keep on digging endlessly until, well, they bottom out. I already got a couple lemmings into my end goal, so yeah, the downside to getting a lemming into your end goal is that for each lemming you successfully get that successfully reaches the finish line, you get a +1. You get an additional lemming that you have to save. Alright, I'm just speeding things along until we're done. And I'm speeding things along because you can't change the release rate for the lemmings at all. Trust me, I tried. I'll have this lemming climb up on the right so he can reach the exit. I should have made the first lemming do that, but I digress. Since he reaches the exit, I'm speeding things up a bit. And by the way, when I use the second controller, I'm actually hooking up a second controller on my computer. So be forewarned when I receive extremely janky movements or struggle to get inputs in, because I'm familiar with PC. Alright, I'll turn this lemming around. This time the lemmings are closer to the enemy goal. Yeah, I'll let these lemmings kill themselves. Oh, I'm so tired, man. Anyways, once the Trailblazer reaches the exit, I'm hurrying this up. Alright, let's do this. Put the lemmings in here. Honestly, I don't think playing this game with a second player would be all that interesting. Because screwing the opposing player over takes up time and resources. Now I'm just going to dig up a bottomless pit for the lemmings to fall in while my trailblazer reaches the blue exit. Remember, we're trying to achieve a perfect playthrough. That means playing through all 200 stages. There are 180 stages in the one-player campaign, and only 20 stages in the two-player campaign. However, the two-player campaign basically cycles through the same 20 levels endlessly. So, once I clear the 20 stages, I'm done with Lemmings. This is the final episode. Now let's speed this along. This is a really kick-ass track and all that, but I don't think anybody wants to see the lemmings just fall to their deaths endlessly. Especially since we can't boost the release rate up at all. Alright, there's a green flag at the right and a blue flag on the right. I'm gonna wait till I turn the first blue lemming into a climber and have him start digging. Unfortunately, there really isn't any more I can do. As I'm basically trapping some of the enemy lemmings in this pit. The good news is this will still count towards your score, your overall score. Bad news is it will count towards my overall score, which means there are going to be a ton more lemmings to save. Luckily, I decided to dig deep enough for any other descending lemmings to just fall to their deaths and die. And keep in mind, I have yet to make any use of the two-player functionality. So I just have to wait till the last lemming falls. Alright, level 7. This one's kind of easy to speed through. One basher on the left, one basher on the right. Builder. And then once a lemming drops down safely, I turn my first builder into a blocker and then blow him up. And now, there's nothing more to do other than wait for the lemmings to just die. And yep, we had a long line of lemmings to kill off because, well, last stage. Unfortunately, this is the first stage I'm going to have to get the second player involved. I try to lead the first lemming join the others, the two-player lemmings, but it was all for naught. Probably should have made my my trapped player 1 lemming into a basher. That would sped things up along. Regardless, I'm still gonna have to wait a while until all the other lemmings. Yep. Blew them up. That's it. Now use miners and climbers. Don't I already? Alright. Turn him into a blocker. And this will let me into a digger. Same with that. with the second player one Lemming. I don't want any of the other Lemmings from player one to follow my Trailblazer, as I don't want to rescue a ton of Lemmings this time. I just want to get this over with. And even getting those things over with, I realized that this would be extremely boring if you just if the majority of these levels were just the Lemmings dying. I mean, the most disappointing thing about this, from a fan's perspective, is there's only 3 ways for a Lemming to die in the 2-player setting. Fall off screen, fall from a great distance, or get blown up. Yeah, none of the booby traps from the 1-player campaign made it into the 2-player campaign, which sucks. I think I ended the level prematurely. Honestly, I think I might have had a bit of a bad attitude with this stage when I did it. Because this is probably the only stage where I made absolutely no attempts to get my Lemmings to the other side. Because of this, I just resigned myself to, okay, this is the most direct way to get Lemmings, so let's get this shit over with. This is going to lead to a really long stage 17, I believe. With a ton of Lemmings that need to be killed off. Alright, this one shouldn't be too bad. I turn my first Lemming into a digger in a floater. That will assure his survival, but only after he turns left and passes the green exit. After that, I basically decided I want to speed things up a little more. I have a ton of Lemmings to kill, so let's just get this shit over with. That's what I get for not wanting to play the stage as intended. Oh. Is this over? Yes. Task for blockers and bombers. Alright. I can do this. Turn the first Lemming into a basher. And let's check. Okay, they'll just keep falling to their deaths. So at this point, I basically came to the realization that I will just time the Lemmings so that there's only like 2 Lemmings left, and have the second to last one be a blocker, and the first one be a basher to reach the exit. Then I nuke the blocker. So the inverse of what I've been doing up to this point. Crossover point. Alright, I'm basically analyzing the situation. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. First Lemming, alright, maybe not the first Lemming, but the third Lemming, definitely. Will be a digger. Second Lemming, digger. First Lemming, basher. That way I can ensure the demise of both teams and a speedy finish to this level after I after I send this one to the exit. This is another kick-ass track in this game. It definitely helps that it has that Genesis kind of jazz to it. And these are all public domain songs, too. Alright. Time to fast forward to this whole bit. I think that's the most boring thing apart, is that there aren't too many different unique ways to kill off your lemmings. If there were more than 3 different ways to kill off your lemmings, I definitely would have. I'm gonna turn this one into a digger to trap all the other lemmings. He will be a climber. And I'm actually gonna prioritize the 1-player lemming first. Gain him to the exit. As you can see, there's like a lot of these levels now where the 1-player and 2-player position exits are on the 1-player, are on the other side. For the most part, these stages are all mirrored. So now I'm going to focus on killing all my lemmings here. Come on. There we go. Alright, all the lemmings are heading up towards their demise, so you just have to weigh them out. And then the stage will be over. I have no idea how to exit a level early. I tried everything, I can't get it to work. Except I only got it to work once. Alright, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Nope. Lemming on the left and right will be bashers, and I will have one trailblazer build a bridge. Alright. Alright. I end up using player 2 to dig a hole through the bridge I built at the start, ensuring the demise of all my other lemmings, and that my builder can then build his bridge in peace. By the way, this is going to be the first level where I don't fast forward to the end, because all the lemmings are gonna die before he reaches the exit. No climber lemmings. So I've moved ahead of player 2 just to show off where all the 1-player lemmings are dying. Are there any exceptions to the mirror rule? Well, yes, there are about 2 exceptions towards the end of the towards the end of the 2-player campaign. Now, it's not really a 2-player campaign. You just play for as long as you feel like. But it's the same 20 levels over and over again. Alright. This level's a bit of a pain, because they only give you 1 digger lemming. For each party. And that digger lemming is basically used to help reach the exit here a lot easier. I turn him into a digger? Nope. He'll be my digger. Alright, now I'm gonna move my player 1 Lemming towards digger, and player 2 will bash through the left facing hammock. And that's basically it. Alright. Task for blockers and bombers. Alright. I wanna wait. This is one of the few levels in the game that isn't mirrored. Both exits are on the far right side of the screen, and we're on the left. In fact, the player 2 goal is closer than the 1 player goal. Right now, I'm prioritizing reaching the exit. I turn my builder into a blocker. Start building the opposite direction. Alright, I'm going to start freeing the lemmings right here. That way I can kill them off. It looks like I'm gonna have to dig through the center part and then bash to the right. So even though the green exit's closer, it's a lot harder to reach than the right exit. Honestly, I reckon that competitive strategies, this would probably be very cheap. Like, I don't want to know what would happen if both players completely run out of power-ups. And at this point, I completely forget that I can't toggle the 2-player Lemming with the 1-player cursor. Or vice versa. This is evident by the fact that oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah. The blocker, I completely forgot about him. By the way, because blowing up that blocker was pretty much the only thing I had to do afterwards, this is one of the another stage that I don't use the fast forward option. Here's another. So you get to witness just how long these stages can be. Alright, I don't want any lemmings going through the green exits, so I'm gonna start building across it. Second lemming will also start building towards those floating islands. Meanwhile, I need to stop the flow of player 2 lemmings reaching the exit. By the way, this is the only lemming to actually reach the exit of a particular stage. Nope. There were 2 lemmings that reached the exit. Or is it 3? Yep, 3 lemmings reach the exit. Yeah, I completely forgot that those other lemmings are not falling to their deaths. Luckily now there's a sizable gap for them to just die. So no matter what, player 1's gonna have the lead by the end of this. Ugh. I'll turn him around and by sealing up that corner. I want to ensure his safety, so I build a little bridge up there. I think I should have built my second bridge towards the top rather than right here. Oops. Oh well, at this stage I just wanted to get the stage over and done with. I imagine this level would be absolute fucking carnage if we were to do multiplayer on this one. Accidentally was equipped with a basher ability by mistake. So that was a waste of a basher skill. Now I should have just started dig as soon as he got down there. I just didn't. I just thought maybe I could make it if I just start building a bridge. I gotta turn him around. So he starts bashing. And I will build till I'm just above the platform with the exit. Alright, we're basically done with player 2. Yeah, we're done with player 2. And I'm basically getting disoriented here, so there we go, quick finish. The craftiest player win. Alright. So I think the strategy is I'm going to focus primarily on player 1 for a while. Let the first 2 lemmings drop down. First 2 lemmings becomes climbers, and then I turn the first lemming into a blocker. Second lemming then will become a trailblazer and reach the exit. Though once again, I forget to blow up the bomber after I turn my main lemming around. Why do I keep putting off blowing up the bomber? I have no idea. Maybe it's the fact that I only have like 1 or 2 more levels to go, and then I'm done with lemmings, so I'm not thinking straight. I mean, this is called perfect playthroughs, which means I gotta do the 2-player stages. Luckily, I just have to build his way to the exit, and while I'm doing that, I can then start digging. And once he's above the exit, he can freely descend down. Now blow up the bomber once all the other lemmings are dead. Okay, last level. Alright. Unfortunately, this will take the entire rest of this video, pretty much. By the time my main lemming reaches the exit, all the others will be dead. And this has kind of a similar set to stage 18. And this stage 17. In a sense, because this is the only other stage I can think of in the two-player campaign where the exits don't mirror each other, but are instead on the opposite end. The reason for this is because stages 17 and 20 are basically meant to be cooperative stages. So again, I can't fathom. I'm trying to absolutely fathom a scenario. Okay, I can blow up this blocker, not gonna forget this time. But I can't fathom, for the life of me, playing through this stage. With two players, or we spend the whole game trying to screw each other over. In a sense, I don't really, even though my mom loves this game and I could probably get her to team up with me to do the two-player, similar to what I did with Xenogears, I don't think this would be a particularly fun two-player option. Nor a particularly interesting one. First of all, my mom is not really a gamer. Second of all, this is emulated, so I would have to give my mom either the keyboard or this crappy controller. Not exactly a win-win situation when I have practice in one and the other one just doesn't feel right. See, I'm nowhere even done with this stage, and all the other lemmings are dead. I build right here, and then I turn him into a climber, and that's it. That's 22 player stages plus the 181 player stages. We have cleared all 200 stages in Lemmings for the Sega Genesis. As we did, we have become a master player of this game. We have achieved the status of Master Player according to the bottom scroll, right there. Welcome to Lemmings. 181 player levels. Yeah, which we already cleared. 22 player levels, which we already cleared. Can you become a Master Player? Yes, we have. We have cleared all 200 stages. There is nothing more for us to do with this game. And honestly, aside from the fact that playing two players without a second player is boring as all hell, it's honestly kind of fun. This is definitely one of the funnest games on the Genesis that I've played up to this point. It's definitely a part of my nostalgic childhood, even though we only owned this game up until Christmas of 1996. When they got rid of this game alongside our Sega Genesis and all our other Genesis games. So no more Altered Beast or Sonic 2 from this point forward. So this was definitely another part of my childhood that I have finally brought some closure to. And for that I am absolutely glad. If you like, I would much appreciate right now if you do leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. This what has been quite a. I mean, it was short and sweet, just 7 episodes, not counting the intro. But you know what? It's worth it. So I'll bid you all adieu. Mike Gorn, sign out.